You've carried the weight of worry for far too long. The sleepless nights, the unspoken heaviness, the silent battles that no one else sees, I've seen it all. Not one moment of your struggle has been hidden from me. And today, I speak to you because I love you. Because your freedom matters to me. I don't want you bound by the chains of anxiety. I don't want depression to shadow your joy or fear to steal the beauty from your days. I am your God, the one who formed you, who has never left you, not even for a second. And right now, I'm calling you closer. You long for peace, don't you? For a heart that can breathe again, for joy that doesn't depend on your circumstances. You desire a life where hope rises with each sunrise and your past doesn't define your tomorrow. That life begins now, not tomorrow, not someday. Now. You are stronger than you realize, not because of your own might, but because I am with you. My strength flows into your weakness. My peace fills the gaps where anxiety used to live. My love, unwavering, eternal, surrounds you even in this moment. I see how you've kept going even when you didn't know how. I watched you choose faith when fear was loud. I know the prayers you whispered through tears. I've held them all. And now, I want to take your hand and lead you out of this valley. You don't need to prove anything to me. I don't love you because you're perfect. I love you because you are mine. So before you take another step, pause. Breathe. Feel my presence. Let every worry, every burden begin to melt away in the warmth of my embrace. You are not alone, you have never been alone. Let me show you what's ahead, not through your fears, but through my promises. Let me whisper to your heart. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are my child. And I am not done writing your story. Before the rush of the day begins, before the demands and doubts try to take root, I want you to pause with me here. Right in this sacred moment. You may feel weary. Yesterday may have left you confused or wounded. But I am giving you a fresh start. A new beginning wrapped in my grace and filled with promise. Even now, before your feet touch the floor, I invite you to choose something powerful, gratitude. Yes, even with the weight you carry. Even when the answers haven't come yet. Open your heart and thank me, not because everything is perfect, but because I am present. Thank me for the breath in your lungs, for the unseen ways I protected you yesterday, for the quiet strength I'm placing within you now. Gratitude isn't ignoring the pain, it's declaring that the pain doesn't have the final word. Thank me for the people in your life, even the difficult ones, for they've helped shape your patience, your love, your faith. Thank me for the chance to begin again today. There is something sacred in this posture. It realigns your perspective. It unlocks peace. It opens your eyes to see the beauty I'm still writing. Look around, not just at what's broken, but at what's still blooming. The light filtering through the trees. The voice of someone who cares. The unexpected provision. These are all signs of my faithfulness. I am still with you. You have the power to change how your day unfolds, not by controlling circumstances, but by shifting what you focus on. Fix your heart on the good. Let hope rise like the sun. Watch how your gratitude invites my joy to dwell in you. Even now, my spirit is drawing near. When you choose to give thanks, even through the tears, even when it's hard, you welcome heaven into your present reality. This is how mountains move, not just with grand miracles, but with quiet trust, steady praise, and a heart that still believes. And when you start your day like this, anchored in me, you'll begin to feel it, the fear loosening its grip, the anxiety quieting, the light breaking through the shadows. Your perspective is shifting, your soul is awakening, and your day is aligning with my peace. So start here. Stay here a little longer. Whisper thank you. And watch what I'll do with your surrender. Gratitude has opened the door. Now, let's walk through it together. Take a look at where you are today. You're still standing, even after the storms, the heartbreak, the nights you thought would never end. You may not feel strong, but strength isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's just the quiet decision to keep going when everything in you wanted to give up. I want to remind you of something sacred: what didn't destroy you has shaped you. The fire you walked through wasn't wasted. I saw every tear, every whispered plea, every time you chose to keep believing even when it hurt. Those weren't small moments, they were victories. In the unseen, your faith was forged. Your character was refined. You grew roots in me. Do you know how proud I am of you? Others might not see the battles you've faced. They may not understand how deeply you've had to trust. But I do. I was there, when you couldn't find the words to pray, when your strength ran dry, when you felt like you were losing yourself. In those moments, you turned to me, not perfectly, but honestly. And that is where your power lies. You didn't quit. You didn't walk away from the process. And now, there is a quiet strength rising within you, the kind that only comes from walking with me through the fire. I want you to stop and reflect: how many things you thought would break you, didn't? How many times did you think it was the end, and yet, somehow, grace met you there? That's not coincidence. That's me. Every scar tells a story of my presence, not just the pain, but the healing that followed. Don't be afraid of your past. Don't hide the hard places. I use brokenness to bring beauty, ashes to make glory, and weakness to reveal my strength. The world values perfection, I value surrender. So, let your story speak. Let others see that even in your darkest hours, I was the one who held you together. Let your life be proof that I don't waste pain, that I redeem what others called ruined, that I bring hope out of what looked hopeless. You're not here by accident. You're here because my hand has carried you every step. And I'm not done. The same power that sustained you is now preparing you for more. New seasons. New growth. New joy. You've been through the fire, and you are emerging refined, not hardened, but strengthened, filled with compassion and courage that can only come from walking closely with me. Stay close. There's more to come. And I'll be right beside you through it all. Now that you've seen the strength that's been shaped within you, I want to take you even deeper, not just into victory, but into intimacy with me. Because through it all, the valleys, the questions, the breakthroughs, I was never far. You may have wondered, where are you, God? Especially in the silence, in the waiting, when answers didn't come quickly. But I was closer than your breath. In every lonely night, I sat with you. In every heavy sigh, I listened. When you didn't have the words, I understood what your heart was trying to say. I don't love you from a distance. I walk beside you in the smallest details of your life, the quiet mornings, the traffic jams, the tired moments at the end of the day. You are never out of my sight. When the world demands more of you, when everything feels urgent and loud, I whisper your name. Not to command, but to invite. Come away with me for just a moment. Pause and feel my nearness. Not just on Sundays, not just in the hard times, but right now, in this ordinary moment. I am the God of the miraculous, yes, but I'm also the God of the mundane. I meet you in dishes and deadlines, in laughter and long days. I long to be with you, not just to help you through the hard stuff, but to delight in your presence. Let your time with me become more than a routine. Let it be a refuge. A place where you lay down the weight and breathe deeply again. You don't need eloquent prayers or perfect words. Just bring your real self. With your doubts. With your questions. With the parts you think are too messy to show anyone. I already know it all, and I love you completely. Let that truth sink in. You are fully known and fully embraced. You don't have to prove your worth or earn my affection. I chose you before you ever took your first breath. And I haven't changed my mind. So stop running on empty. Let me fill the hollow places in your heart. I want to be your steady place, not only when life falls apart, but every single day. The peace you long for. It's here in my presence. The clarity you're searching for. It flows when you're still with me. The strength to keep going. It's found not by doing more, but by resting in who I am. Let me carry what's too heavy. Let me hold what you've been gripping in fear. Let me walk with you, not behind or ahead, but right beside. You were never created to walk this journey alone. And now that you've made it this far, keep coming back to this quiet place. Each time you draw near, you'll find more of me, more peace, more joy, more assurance that you are exactly where you need to be. This is how we walk, together. Step by step. Heart to heart. Now that you've drawn near, now that your heart has found rest in my presence, let me lead you further. You weren't meant to simply survive life, you were made to walk in purpose, with peace and boldness, knowing I go before you. You don't need to figure everything out. You've tried, haven't you? You've stayed up late running through scenarios, wondering if you've missed something, worrying if you've gone too far or not far enough. But beloved, take this to heart. I know the way forward, and I'm already clearing the path. The steps you're unsure of. I'm preparing them. The decisions weighing on you. I've already seen the outcome. You don't need to carry the burden of having all the answers, that's my role. Yours is to stay close, listen, and move when I say, go. Even when you can't see the full picture, trust that I'm guiding you. My direction won't always look like the easy road, but it will always be the right one. And as you follow, you'll learn to recognize my voice more clearly. The noise of the world will quiet. The fog of uncertainty will lift. My peace will begin to steady your every step. I know how fear tries to pull at your mind, whispering that you'll fail, that it's too late, that you don't have what it takes. But remember who walks with you. I don't send you out alone. I walk beside you. I hold your hand. I speak to your soul. And where I lead you, no force can stop you. Yes, there will be obstacles. But walls fall before me. Doors open when I declare them open. Even mountains obey my word. What you call impossible, I call preparation. What feels like delay is often divine timing, shaping you, strengthening your faith, softening your heart to hear me more clearly. Don't rush ahead in panic or fall behind in hesitation. Stay in step with me. Let patience have its work. Let trust deepen, not just in what I can do, but in who I am. You are not behind. You are not off course. You are exactly where I need you, right now. Hold on to this truth, I see further than you. I see how this chapter connects with the next. I see how the pain you've endured is birthing compassion, how the waiting is growing wisdom, how the slow pace is protecting you from detours. Let go of comparison. Their path is not your path. I've traced something unique for you, a journey no one else can live. And I've placed within you every spiritual tool, every seed of faith, every ounce of courage you'll need to walk it well. You won't miss what I've planned when you keep your heart close to mine. So take a breath. You're not lost. You're not overlooked. I'm guiding you with care. One moment at a time. One faithful step at a time. The road ahead. It's already marked with promise. You've followed me through the quiet. You've learned to hear my voice in the stillness. You've walked step by step, even when the path felt uncertain. And now, beloved, I want you to lift your eyes. I want you to see what I see in you. You were not created to shrink back. You were not formed to merely survive the trials of life. You were handcrafted with intention, with a calling, with glory that reflects the fingerprints of heaven. You were made for this. For this season. For this moment. For the very life I've planted you in. Not because you have it all together. Not because you've never stumbled. But because your heart is surrendered, and your spirit is awake to me. And that is more than enough. Everything you've walked through, the battles, the doubts, the delays, has been shaping you for what's next. Nothing has been wasted. I've been writing purpose into every paragraph of your story, even the ones you wish you could erase. You've asked me, Lord, can you really use someone like me? My answer is unwavering, yes. And I will. The world may try to measure you by its standards, by success, status, perfection, but I don't see that way. I look deeper. I see the resilience that no one applauded. I see the compassion born out of your own pain. I see the courage in your quiet yes when no one else was looking. I see your faith, not flawless, but growing. And now I'm inviting you to step into the fullness of who you are in me. Let go of the fear that says you're not ready. I'm the one who prepares you. Let go of the shame that says you've missed your moment. I'm the author of time. Let go of the lie that says your best days are behind you. I am the God who makes all things new. You were never disqualified. You were destined. So speak the words I've placed on your tongue. Love the people I've brought into your life. Walk through the doors I open, even if your knees tremble. You don't walk alone. My spirit goes before you, stands beside you, and lives within you. And when the enemy tries to remind you of your past, remind him of my promises. You are forgiven. You are chosen. You are empowered. It's time to rise. Not in striving, but in surrender. Not in pride, but in purpose. Let your life be a beacon, a testimony of what grace can do in the hands of the willing. And remember this, my calling isn't just for stages or platforms. It's for homes, for quiet prayers, for daily faithfulness. It's for the way you love your neighbor, how you raise your children, how you serve with joy when no one applauds. That is kingdom work. That is glory. That is legacy. So go, not in fear, but in faith. The time is now. The harvest is ready. And you, beloved, are equipped, anointed, and sent. You were made for this. And I will be with you, always.